Alright guys, we're here for the 5th and final match with Cursed Amulet. We are trying to Garruk Relentless some people, and if you want to know more about that choice and this deck, go ahead and check that out in match 1. But for now, let's just jump straight into the games. Alright, let's see if we can manage to salvage this 2-2 run into a 3-2 run. We got brutalized by some pretty sick humans draws. That was pretty crazy. Ooh, speaking of pretty crazy, this hand has a lot of potential. It's got the Stronghold and the Garrison in hand, though, and that's really annoying. It's still got turn 1 Amulet into turn 2 3-mana creature if we want it, and if we happen to top deck a Titan or like an Azusa or something, it could be good to keep, even though we have these lands, but I think I'm willing to risk it on the draw. Our opponent's name is Kitty, with a nice little thumbnail up there. I like it, I like it. Cavern naming human. Not again. Oh, man. Not again. Alright, well, we'll lead on Breeding Pool, I guess. I don't know if there's any particular reason to avoid that. We could lead on Stronghold and go for Growth Chamber on, too, if we happen to find a 3-drop. Meddling Mage. Probably naming Primeval Titan or Dryad. I saw them name Dryad in the last game. They named Summoner's Pact. Why would they name Summoner's Pact? I'm not streaming or anything right now. That's just a really lucky thing to name. There's no way they could have known that my hand was all Summoner's Pacts. Ugh, that's so frustrating. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we'll try to play through it, I guess. Let's get one of these Growth Chambers in place so we can transmute a Talari West. What for? I'm not really sure, but... And I guess we'll pick up the Stronghold. There's literally no way they could have known. Summoner's Pact was just the weirdest thing for them to name there, too, because we could still Titan them with just an actual natural Primeval Titan. Like, that's crazy. I guess they went Summoner's Pact first because they knew they were planning on playing another Meddling Mage, and they wanted to spike a Summoner's Pact in case we were planning on going for a 3-drop. Now, this is just rude. This is just rude. Stronghold, go. Because now we need to draw a Valakut and a Dryad. And they've got the clock, too. I guess I spoke too soon about getting brutalized by humans in round 4. Because it's happening again right now. Yes. Okay. Well, let's see if we can do anything to fix this. Bring in the explosives and the force and the dismembers. The tireless tracker and the sage. Maybe sage is a little too weak. I don't know. Beasts Withins are able to kill phantasmal images relatively well, and they hit Aether Vials. I don't usually bring in Beast Within in this matchup, but maybe it's alright. I'm going to bring in 2 just to try it out. We can definitely cut some Summoner's Pact. Definitely don't want any Explorers. Tribe Scouts, probably fine. We can cut the Bajuka Bog for sure. About this Force of Vigor. Maybe it's not good enough. And then we have 2 cards left. It's just these 2 Beast Withins. The only thing I'm sideboarding differently so far, other than the Beast Withins, are I decided not to bring in the Force, and instead I'm keeping I think it was the Azusa, maybe? I don't remember what I got last time, actually, but... Interesting. If we were to cut 2 more, I guess it would be Scout. Nah, I think Scout's pretty good against them. We'll trim a Grazer, and... I guess Azusa. I'm not in love with Azusa in this matchup. Maybe we'll benefit from having the 2 Beast Withins as well. We'll see. Our opponent's taking a little bit of a time over there to sideboard as well. We'll play first. Hmm. I don't know how I feel about this hand. I think it's probably fine, considering we can most likely get a Dryad in underneath a Meddling Mage. I don't think they just blind name Dryad on turn 2 for a Meddling Mage, but I could be wrong. And if they do, we can Reclamation Stage to blow up a Aether Vial. That's what I was trying to think of. I don't know, though. It's pretty slow. Weird. I'm going to try it, I think. Definitely a very medium hand. If we top deck an Amulet, that would be great. Just like Radiant Fountain go, draw an Amulet off the top, just like as it always should have been. Play our Amulet, play Growth Chamber, pick up this Radiant Fountain and be golden. I'd love it. That would even set us up for a turn 3 Garruk as well. Well, there's our Aether Vial that we are hoping they might play. We are just picking up this Radiant Fountain. Luckily, we don't have to discard here since we did lose a card to mulliganing. Clearly, the right play is to just Meddling Mage naming Reclamation Sage. Clearly. Is this a freebooter? Because we did just happen to top deck a pack that they could take. Luckily, there's not much of a clock here. I'm not that scared of the champion, especially since I'm about to blow up their vial. It's going to take a while for them to build back up, hopefully. So, I mean, we also might need to just go ahead and jam this Dryad into play while they can't Meddling Mage it. But then that lets them untap with a vial, and that's pretty scary, to be honest. Garrison's not helping, so we're definitely playing this Radiant Fountain. I know for a fact that if we play the Sage on this vial, and they have Meddling Mage, we just get destroyed, but... I mean, if we play Dryad, that requires them to play Meddling Mage naming Titan, and we have a second Dryad and a Reclamation Stage to follow up. I don't know, though. I think giving them access to 1 vial activation on 2 is pretty dangerous. They have to have mulligan to a hand with Meddling Mage, though. I think I have to play the Dryad. Kinda sucks, but that's the world we live in. I guess we play the Garrison just to get it out there. There we go. Alright. Do your worst, opponent. Don't make it that bad, though. We could still do some stuff if we happen to top deck a Garruk. Garruk, I think, would be really good in this matchup. I have not managed to find one in all the games we've played against humans so far. It would be pretty great to 0 on a Phantasmal image and still be able to 0 to fight in the turn after because he doesn't lose any counters. Let's see. If I block his champion and he vials in the Thalia's Lieutenant, then I lose my Dryad. If he vials in any other human, then I'm just absorbing the damage. Interesting. Because if I block and then he vials in a champion, or not a champion, a Thalia's Lieutenant, and I lose the Dryad, and then he also plays a Meddling Mage, I think that's just too much. We already gained 4 of this life anyways from the Radiant Fountain. We already gained 4 this game anyways from the Radiant Fountain. So I think we can manage to take 1 hit here. Oh, another Aether Vial. Kind of interesting. I wish there was... There actually might be a way for us to play Dryad and Reclamation Stage this turn. So we play Fountain, play Dryad, play Growth Chamber, and then pick up and replay Radiant Fountain. Yeah, we can do all that. So that's the plan. No. Oh wait, no. We'll be fine because we have green from our Dryads that are currently in play. I almost was, thought that we weren't going to be able to blow up their Aether Violin too, but we can do it all. No big deal. No big deal. And now we have an answer. We'll go ahead and swing, I think. Now we have an answer to a Meddling Mage if they have one, and a Titan that we can play if they don't have one. So we're looking pretty good here. It would be annoying if they had a Meddling Mage, but I mean, they're not going to keep it in play long enough to copy it with a Phantasmal Image. So that's good. Or we just win. Okay, cool. I mean, they know that we have a Titan in hand, I believe, from when they played the Freebooter, so. Beast Within looking pretty good there, actually, as an extra out to Meddling Mage. Just made sure that we weren't going to get locked out by something crazy that game. So maybe that means I want the 3rd one, or maybe it means that 2 is just the right number. I don't know if there's anything I want to change, to be honest. Perhaps getting a Grazer, another Grazer in here, so we can cast one of our 3-drops on turn 2 is going to be something we're interested in. And we can trim Summoner's Pact, I guess, to do so. I don't mind that. Summoner's Pact can be a pretty big liability in this matchup, so. And I say that irregardless of what happened in game 1, because that's not what I mean. What I mean is they get a Meddling Mage naming Dryad and a Meddling Mage naming Titan into play, and then there's nothing you can really Summoner's Pact for that matters. Although, you would be able to potentially Summoner's Pact for a Tireless Tracker, but I mean, that's situational. So, and this is exactly why we wanted our Boreal Grazer, because now we're going to be able to get in this Dryad on turn 2. I mean, I guess it's still possible for them to just jam a turn 2 Meddling Mage, but. Oh, did they keep their hand? Why are we just frozen on their untapped step? Oh, we haven't even gotten to keep yet. I was already thinking, there's no way I'm mulliganing this hand. Plus, we have Garruk to start pinging down some creatures. Whoa. Land go. I'll take it. This definitely smells like a Meddling Mage for sure, though. Not gonna stop us. We're just doing the things that we do. This has got to be a Meddling Mage, right? Yep. Dryad. Summoner's Pact. Okay, well. We have our 1 Summoner's Pact in the whole deck already in our hand. Of course, of course. Would not have it any other way. Now the question is, do we hold up this Beast Within so that they can't Phantasmal Image their Meddling Mage? Or do we slam our Dryad into play? I think it's alright to go ahead and get this Dryad going, because if they happen to have another way to Meddling Mage, we can Garruk to kill it. Especially if it's a Phantasmal Image, then Garruk zeroing on the Phantasmal Image would be insane. So, that being the case, I'm going to jam the Dryad here. And I guess we're playing... Vesuva copying Gruul Turf is not terrible. I'll go with that. I thought about playing the Talari West, but we can actually transmute the Talari West using the Dryads that we have in play, so I'm not too worried about it. I would just love to see a Phantasmal image. It would make my day. Oh, man. Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We got him. Wow. This feels so much better than the last time we played against humans. Goodbye, Meddling Mage. And we get to keep our Garruk on 3. Whew! That is what I like to call spicy. Now what? I mean, I don't think there's a reason not to play out our lands here, so I'm just going to do it. And we'll pass. I'll attack. And actually, I won't. If they were to Reflector Mage, let's say I attacked and they Reflector Mage my Arboreal Grazer, then they can clock my Garruk to the point where I don't get to keep it. And this Garruk is going to let us find a Titan too, so... Like, he's going to flip. We can't actually use his ability the same turn that he flips. Or we can just win because we played a Garruk. Hey! I do not mind to see that for the last match of Cursed Amulet. That said, it does not have to be the last match. If you guys want to see more of Garruk Relentless in the future, do let me know. He's a blast to play, I must say. He may not be the best thing that you can put into your Amulet deck, but I personally think he's definitely not the worst. And if you just want to have some fun, if you want to get the experience of playing a Karn build where you don't have to pay, 100 tickets or whatever it is to get the Karns plus the sideboard cards, I highly suggest throwing a couple Garruk Relentlesses into the deck. There are some places they help. Most of the time, you can either just ignore him if he's not good enough, but sometimes he does some pretty wicked things like that Meddling Mage play. So, man, I am glad that happened. All right, well, yeah, that's the end. I'm gonna call it there. We went 3-2. Good enough for me. Easy game. Easy way to cash with Amulet Titan. Alright. Well, I will see you guys for the next one. This is Redface Menace, signing off.